getting on the board in Nashville, just continuing to provide offense for this group. When your game's working, what does it feel like and what does it look like in your eyes?
No, it's not only about my game. Like when team is, I don't want to say clicking, but when team play well, you get wins and you're able to contribute in the wins. It's a nice feeling. But there is a lot of room to improve and like overall in myself as well. And I feel like every game I have chances, need to figure out how to put them in.
Newsy talked a lot about the benefit of having today's practice just shaped and constructed like it was. How was this practice today in coming off that Nashville game and just for you guys looking at the road ahead?
I think being in the league, like a lot of guys been in the league for a long time, and we know that you have to forget the game, the next game is coming. It's another very tough building to play with in and a very good team. So we have to be ready, and it's important to get a good practice in before. And I think we did work pretty hard, and it's time to getting ready for tomorrow.
This is obviously a new group for you. How have you kind of immersed yourself in this locker room and just being the personalities and work ethic and characters that are in here? How have you found yourself kind of meshing?
Still trying to know the guys better. Like we have some time together, and trying to help the guys if the guys need the help. Share my experiences. I was lucky to be in a good teams before, and like it's coming back to mindset. Every next game, and one game at a time. Don't look way far forward, and just want to help the team in any way possible. And like I said, share whatever I have been through, and it's maybe been helpful for guys.
And last one for me. You talk about that first next game mentality. Looking ahead to New York tomorrow, what are some of the things that they do well, and what you guys are hoping to contain?
I think it's historically a very good defensive team, and they play hard. There's not much space out there, and we have to be ready to match the compete level. And we have a lot of skill guys as well, so we have to play good defense to be able to win a game.
Thanks, Vladdy.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. And what were some of the things you guys did well in that game overall, and then defensively as well?
I think as a team we just grinded out. I think they had a little bit more momentum than us, but we took it back, and I think that's why we won. We had good goaltending from Lion, and put our bodies on the line, and we won the game.
You guys have known this stretch of the season early on was going to be difficult. What have you learned about this group in terms of facing those challenges here?
I think we've been playing pretty good all the games that we played. We just need to get this extra. Use something extra in every game, and that's what we got against Nashville, and we're gonna probably keep going with that.
Newsy's been flipping some of the lines in defensive pairings a little bit. You played with Mo on Saturday. What were some of the ways that you guys balance each other's games?
No, I think we find each other pretty good. We have pretty similar games, and I think we think the same. So I felt good playing next to him, and that was overall a good game.
There's a lot of defensemen in this group with experience. What are some of the things you're learning from all of your fellow defensemen here?
Of course, it's just small things all the time. Just everybody here has experience in somehow, and I just try to learn and take in as much as possible, and it's probably going good so far.
The last one for me, looking ahead to the Rangers tomorrow, what are some of the things Newsy's talked about focusing on and emphasizing, and what you're looking to do too?
We'll play strong, hard. We want to keep the puck in offensive zone, and to get there we need to good outlet passes and don't give up turnovers and keep tight in front of our own net. I think that's going to be huge for tomorrow.
Pretty hardy practice out there. What was kind of the focus and emphasis today?
Yeah, because we've done a pretty good job off a couple losses of problem solving some areas we need to improve on. Emphasis today, a little bit of rivals, a little bit of track, and I thought we did a pretty good job with it. So continuing to grow our team. Hopefully build off a pretty good effort the other night in Nashville.
Can you talk about that pretty good effort? I know you talked about execution was one area coming off those Rangers games that you guys wanted to work on. Did you see that in Nashville?
Yeah, of course. Underlying numbers were probably very similar to New York. But we get one on the power play. And again, it's a huge momentum of it. And again, our power play's been getting looks. When it goes in the back of the net, it allows us to win, if you will, the second period. There's just some momentum, but our defensive effort was good. Our defensive effort was good. We're going to continue in that area, especially against an opponent like this.
Do you have any other health updates going in tomorrow?
Nope. I think we're fairly good. Obviously, Mott's still out in a day-to-day scenario. But we should look very similar where we were Saturday night.
You talked about the fluidity of this lineup, being able to slot guys in and out. The lines looked pretty similar to those that national game. Did you like what you see?
I did. Obviously, Marco gave us some really good minutes in all situations. Gave us some jump. Gave us a little bit of a spark we're hoping for. But allows us some flexibility. Obviously, we saw Joe Valeno on the wing. It allows us maybe to see some other guys on the wing. The center wing I think is very valuable, and I thought it balanced our lines up really well. And it was a quality win, but it was a good team win in that we were able just to roll our lines on the road, not really worried about matchups, and every line was effective, and it led to a pretty good effort.
Every team sorts itself out at the beginning of the season. You guys knew coming in this stretch would be difficult. What have you learned about this group through the first couple of games?
Again, it's hard to judge because our process has been pretty good. Unfortunately, we lose 2 straight early on to the Rangers. I think you're going to have a lot of teams lose 2 games to the Rangers. We have to happen to do it in 1 week span there. We would have liked to play better in those games and find a way to win one of those games. But again, I think our overall process has been pretty good, and we got to keep building to give ourselves a chance.
And last one for me, from the outside looking in, is that easier for the guys to handle that process over results?
Yeah, we're pretty good. Yeah, and again, we're pretty good with judging ourselves on performance. And there's a couple of losses in there that our actual performance wasn't awful. Not good enough. We want to keep growing it, but I think we're pretty good. And you just beginning of the year, everything gets a bit magnified, and you just happen to have a 2-game losing streak on the front end against a really good team. It can be magnified, but I think our guys did a pretty good job of digging in on the things we need to work on, and we did that Nashville, and we will look to do it again tomorrow.
Thanks, Susie.
Thanks, Susie. Well, first of all, my daughter thought Austria was in Australia, so we had a good geographic lesson. So good to see you here.
Thank you. Marco, Kasper got caught up. How did you like his first performance?
He was excellent. He gave us jump. He gave us a spark. It was a little continuation to what we saw in training camp, where he was very noticeable. We trusted him in every situation. We trusted him in every matchup. And again, it helped the rhythm of our line. So it's a really good first effort, and I'm hoping he can build on it and give us a very similar effort tomorrow night.
You've been around hockey for a long time. I mean, there are just a few Austrian players who have made it into the NHL. What does it mean? What does it tell you about him that he's one of them?
I think that says something for the growth of the sport, especially in Austria. But a lot of these times you get a unique player like that from a non-traditional hockey, or it's about the individual. And you can tell his approach, the way he works. He wants to be a player. And it's been fun to watch him grow from the day we drafted him to him giving us a really good game the other night.
How old is your daughter?
My daughter is 12. So we'll have some geographic maps going at dinner tonight.
Maybe some Marco Kasper goals will help.
Yes, exactly. Very good.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.